all right. Yes, sir, yes, sir, yes, sir, yes, ma'am. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to the Boom Bar. My name is Shola Roja.
And my name is Ola Dolupo. You know, the one and only.
Here we go again.
You're just jealous. You're just jealous. Jealous. That's what it is. You're welcome to the Boom Bar. We all bid you to warm welcome to the bar. If you're just joining us for the very first time, welcome. We're very happy to see you, or we're very happy to hear, or that you're hearing from us. It's the bar. It's a bar. What do you think a bar is? It's just basically just plenty of gist for an hour and drinks, you know. We have our drinks right here. And if you're listening to us on BoomradioNG, you can actually watch us right now. It's BoomradioNG on YouTube and Boom Radio. Just search for Boom Radio or Boom Bedu on Facebook. Or if you're watching us, you want to listen to us, it is boomradio.com.ng. And on Google Play, you can also download our app. Just search for Boom Radio NG and you got it. You know, that's it. The one and only Boom Radio. Catch ya. Anyway, so it's a boom bar. I hope we enjoyed yesterday. Yesterday was very interesting. And of course, we want to make sure that today is also like a very interesting day, as usual, on the bar. And I was going to start with President Buhari because we know that President Buhari had an interview yesterday. For people that know who President Buhari is, the president of Nigeria, the most populous black nation in the world, you know, that Nigeria, exactly. But there's one that my eyes cannot go off, and it has been trending all over since yesterday, and it's the issue of a particular Mommy Gio. And this Mommy Gio seems to have the book of life with her.
She owns the manual. She printed it. She wrote it.
No, she owns the book of life.
She published it, and now she
not just owns the book of life. She has a manual to heaven, and she's helping the world by telling the people that are going to heaven and going to hell. E.g., you are not going to heaven, no, according to Mommy Gio.
Yeah, there are several reasons why, according to
you
her,
like football.
I can't go to heaven. You know,
you cut your hair.
I cut my hair low. I am bald.
I'm
proudly bald.
You're going to hell.
If you're bald.
If you're bald, you go to hell.
According to how.
Don't
go and cut this video and say, look at what these people are saying.
According to Mommy Gio, you go to hell.
This certain person is being called Mommy Gio. That's not her name. We don't even know her name.
There's a whole lot of things.
She's just talking a whole lot of dust.
Oh no, I'm going to hell because I have extensions in my hair.
Yeah. If your child or your relative plays
football, y'all going to hell. At this point, if you breathe oxygen, you go to hell. And you know, one thing, as much as it's actually very hilarious, very, very hilarious, I saw a video of her like a few days ago where she was talking about how she used to be a drug trafficker, how she knew former presidents, and how former kings, she used to help them traffic drugs and all these things. And I'm like, aren't this a little incriminating? Even if, because left to me, I think there's a bit of psychosis somewhere.
I think the police, psychosis or not,
I think somebody needs to get arrest
sleeping on a lot.
I think so.
It's not just her. There are some things that are prescribed by Nigerian law that people are talking about openly
and then we're not
arguing and fighting, and nothing is happening.
Nothing is happening. I agree.
You know, so have you come across these videos? You're probably, if you're on WhatsApp or Instagram or Facebook and Twitter,
it's a lot on
TikTok,
Twitter,
you would have seen these videos. How someone just wakes up one day and starts to talk like an authority in something that she doesn't even know anything about. I repeat one thing. If you are a Christian, you know that the Bible is referred to as the book of life. You know that the Bible is referred to as a complete book. All of these doctrines that this woman is pushing, all of these proclamations and things that she has said, will you find them in the Bible?
I'm even
What form of
that.
Christianity are you practicing?
How are you so
When
judgmental?
when God is love, God is love, you know, and love supersedes everything. Even Christ said he has come to change the old laws. Am I right? He didn't come to cancel, but he has come to, and he's just preaching love, love, love. Then in 2020, 2021, now 2022, someone, just because there are some moronic imbeciles.
That's the word, because I honestly
giving hair to your BS. You can pick a microphone.
They're not people that even sit down and listen to this.
You can pick a microphone and start talking
gibberish.
Crap.
Some people need to be checked mentally, because I think there's a bit of mental illness going on here.
How many people footballers are blessed in this life? Do you know?
Okay.
Look at Marcus Rashford, who has fed and has also caused to be fed thousands of children.
Wait. Marcus Rashford is very far. I want to
give Igalo.
I want to give
that has built an orphanage.
Two different what's it called? Two different examples. At least I know. I don't think that football club is still in what's it called?
Existence.
In existence now. I know City of David, the Redeemed Christian Church of God. City of David
they had a football
club. Most recently, MFM.
Oh, they're in the Premier League.
Has a football club that is paying a lot of people. There is a lot of It's not just paying footballers. It's paying staff. And that's a church.
Have you been to the Redemption Camp? Do you know how many standard football pitches they have there?
And I'm wondering, okay, is it that they're not getting the same manual?
There's a Trem tournament that churches go play at.
But that's what I'm trying to, okay, so is it that these manuals, there are different manuals for different churches? Because
so this woman is definitely not.
I'm not understanding.
Of God. She's definitely not a Christian, and she's not preaching anything that has to do with God. You know, that's the sad thing. The way people like us see her, and that's why I don't even want her to stop yet. It's comic relief.
Oh, it's comic relief. It is.
I think she's a clown. I think she's a joker. And again, we must look at the psychosis angle, like you pointed out earlier.
I don't think
she might need a little bit of medical attention. I really think so.
I actually think so. You know? Like it's not normal. It's just not normal. You cannot be normal.
That you were around and you were flying and you were having meetings in Philadelphia.
That you didn't go to school.
Then you went to Russia.
But you know all these things.
And you can go by hair.
Come on. You know what? If you were doing this maybe in the 80s and the 70s, maybe people could. We're in 2022. We're in the 21st century.
Oh yeah.
Can we not, please? Just stop.
Like stop.
It's just there's no point.
I beg, too much time on this person.
Anyway.
But we're not going to stop talking about her. We're going to keep talking about her until something is done.
I'm telling you, somebody needs to do something about it. Anyway, there's plenty gist. There's a lot of gist. Where should we even start from? Okay.
El Presidente, always.
Yeah, I thought we were going to
El Presidente.
Let's just go to President Buhari. So President Buhari granted an interview yesterday. Watched an interview of his yesterday on Channels TV. There's supposed to be another one on NTA today at 8 p.m. West African time. Wouldn't be a bad idea to catch that also. Let's see what else.
Did you say 3 p.m.?
8 p.m. 8 p.m. today. But yesterday he said a lot of things yesterday, and it's I think that it's not a bad idea for us to actually.
I still don't agree with Mr. President's response on the state police.
Yeah.
I still feel that there has to be some kind of rearrangement to the process of securing,
yeah.
The states. The Nigerian police force is trying, but it's not enough.
It's not enough. I don't think there would ever be
and
enough.
That's why you find that in some areas, the army is also playing the role of the police.
Yes. And at the end of the day, you really can't kill this army too now. Everybody's...
Now only then they...
It's literally not their job that they're not doing, but here we are.
They're doing a lot. The army is doing a lot.
They're doing a lot, basically.
So, for me, in the area of state police, okay, I'm afraid, and I won't lie, I get where Mr. President is coming from, but I don't think that we have enough police. So maybe to avoid state police, maybe they should at least double the number of policemen we have. A new police force that is properly trained, you get?
Yeah.
So that, for instance, if Lagos presently has 40,000 policemen,
let them have 80,000.
Let's have 80,000. We need more policemen.
Okay, that could be what's it called. But there was something that we were talking about yesterday, and it is the issue of, I know that for institutions to work, for structures to work, it's human beings. That's where the problem is, that would human beings actually allow the system work, which they should actually have a system. For example, what President was talking about with the local government. There really should be a system that takes the local government out of the hands of the state government. It's the same way there is a system that literally gives power to the state governors. It's not everything.
Do you know a simple way to liberate the local governments?
Yeah.
The constitution. Let the local government elections be organized by INEC. Forget about the state electoral commission. Mm-hmm. Absorb them if you want to absorb them, but let local government elections be organized by INEC. Then tell me how one state wants to manipulate results. Haven't you noticed that in almost 16 to 20 years, the ruling party at state level
is the one that determines whatever happens with the local government?
So you need to take that away from the state government.
Like we
and that's part of the restructuring that we're talking about.
We all know that.
Mr. President thinks restructuring is only about devolution of powers. No, some of the things that I wish they had asked him yesterday when he threw a question back at Maupe and Sheung, I would, Mr. President, the restructuring we're talking about, because he dwelled on it for a bit. It's not about creating states, because he said that they came to him that every region in Nigeria has 6 states minimum, and the Southeast has only 5. And I said, okay, where are we going to? Very lovely question. He said they have not come back. That the people who wanted the 6th state in the Southeast have not come back. I get that, but it's not only about state creation. Look at how useless the local government has become.
That's what I'm saying, that we have a system. As much as the federal government is the federal government, and of course it is bigger than the state government, but there are a lot of things that happens in state level that is not the business of the federal government. So why can't we have systems? We already have a system when it comes to federal government and state government that works to a large extent here. Why can't we have a system that way that is replicated when it comes to state government and local government?
The reason why we can't have that, and let us stop beating around the bush. Let's say it as it is, especially on a topic like this that can actually change Nigeria for the better. What governors do in their states, they can't take from the central government. They can't take from the federal government. When it comes to allocation and sharing of funds, federal government already has a sharing formula.
Yeah.
That is signed to by the states.
Yeah.
Why is it that before this administration changed it and said they will be paying money to the local government
directly, yeah,
why is it that the states would claim that this is what they want to give and we don't even know if they ever got it? So at times when we blame the local government people, some of them are just stooges.
Oh yes, some of them are that's just what I'm saying. What I'm saying to actually put those things in place.
To change that, to really change that, the autonomy that you give to the electoral body, the only thing the electoral body will come to you for every year is funding, which is catered to by the budget, which their monies will be given to them directly after it has been vetted.
Yeah.
Not like they will be coming piecemeal.
Peaceful. No.
The same way the judiciary should be autonomous when it comes
Yeah.
to funding. Like once allocations are done for the year,
It's straight to
their purse. Let them disburse and use as they will. It's the same way the local government needs that liberation.
But that's what happens now.
No, but it still doesn't happen. You know why? Because again, the people who will become the principal officers at the local government are chosen or selected by the governors. They're chosen by the governors and the state party machinery. So what it still means is that there is an arrangement. There will be unwritten arrangement. They are. If you want to be chairman, this is what you're going to remit. But if you are allowing INEC to conduct elections, that means that opposition can win some local governments. Do you understand what I'm saying?
I get it.
And you don't want that.
But
so,
even the states now,
see,
aren't they
Dolupo,
supposed to be independent?
The states?
The state electoral commissions.
They're supposed to be. But can you vouch? Can you really vouch and say that every local government election that has happened in Nigeria in the last 16 years is free and fair? Do you not notice that once elections come at local government level, people don't contest from the other parties? Don't you notice it? They don't contest. But if they know, for instance, Oyo State is PDP at state level. If people know that election is going to be conducted by INEC, do you get? And there's going to be a level playing field because INEC is neutral. Then you will now find a situation where, let's say there are 42 local governments in Oyo. I'm not saying they are, but
33.
Yeah. So let's go with the real number 33. Of that 33, you will find at least, say for instance, the places where Labour Party is very strong. You find that maybe there are 3 Labour Party chairmen. That the APC, there are 10. That's 13. Then the PDP, there are 20. Now tell me how the governor of the state, who is from another party, will now be telling someone from a different party to do this and do this and do that.
To run his local government.
You get what I'm saying? The guy will run the local government like he's a governor. He's getting his allocations from federal. He will do everything that he promised. And if it doesn't, there is a way to deal with him.
The federal actually deals with them.
Do you get?
Yeah.
Until that happens, and when we're talking restructuring, this must happen under restructuring.
So what you're saying now is that it starts from the electoral level.
That's where the power comes from. That's where you get the power to say, I'm the chairman of Borokini local government for the next 3 years.
And it stays that way.
But you can't be chairman of Borokini local government and still be going to the state governor for permission to employ. Permission to carry out capital projects. Permission to disburse funds. You can't be. Governors have been viewing local government as a cash cow.
That's the point I'm
and
trying
that's why
to
there's
make.
no
and
development.
I'm sure that was the reason why the federal government decided to start paying this local government
funding, Abi.
Straight, yeah.
That's funding. But what about how those people get there in the first place?
So are we now saying that the funding now, okay, because of how those people get there in the first place, the funding, whether it's given to them directly, it still ends up getting back to the state government.
Back to the state government.
It's a very sad thing, but I like what you said about that. It's something that definitely needs to be done. Meaning that also the Electoral Commission also needs to be empowered the more.
That's it.
They need to be empowered the more. And so, still talking about President Buhari and his interview yesterday, he was asked about the trial of Nnamdi Kanu. And basically what he's saying, according to him, I'm trying to read exactly what he said. He says that Nigerians know that I do not interfere with the judiciary. I'm trying to...
He said that's the last thing he will ever do.
Verbatim.
Yeah.
Let him be listened to. For those who are saying that we should release him, no, we cannot release him. There's a possibility of a political situation. If people behave themselves, all well and good. But you cannot go to a foreign country and keep on sending incorrect economic and security problems against your country and thinking that you'll never have to account for what you have been doing. Let him account for what he has been doing. There is one institution I wouldn't dare interfere with. That's the judiciary. Kanu's case is with the judiciary. And what I wonder is when Kanu was safely in Europe abusing this administration and mentioning too many things, I never thought he wants to voluntarily come and defend himself on the accusation. So we're allowing him to defend himself in our system, not to be abusing us from Europe as if he was not a Nigerian. Let him come here to us and criticize us here. So, for people that have gone to President Buhari, looks like
if you go through history, if you do research on real things that have happened to real people, you will find that it is difficult to fight a government, any government, anywhere, and win, except there are other powers that support you. Now, take a case of WikiLeaks, Julian Assange.
Yeah.
He got information, top secret information, and he leaked it. That's WikiLeaks. Instead of Wikipedia, there's WikiLeaks. And the world was shaking because the guy had too much information. Then he ran into the embassy of a country that he knew he would be safe in
Ecuador.
Yeah. Is Ecuador right in London?
Yes, it was.
Venezuela.
No, it was Ecuador, okay. And
now,
the new
after all these years,
and then,
no, it's not just the ambassador. There's a court judgment now, and it looks like he's going to be extradited.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That was what started his woes.
So it's fine. What I'm trying to say in essence is that everybody knew where Assange was, but they couldn't touch him. So, and Assange shook the world. Nnamdi Kanu was hitting at the Nigerian government, always talking about them, always saying this and that. Then he comes to Africa and gets arrested. I would have thought that he would have also built a system that makes sure that he can't be found.
He can't be found, yeah.
But now I am convinced that there's nobody that can actually take on any government and disappear.
Yeah.
They will find you one way or the other. Or you will find yourself for them. In his own matter, like the president said, let him go to court.
Like you know the funny thing is that a lot of people that are really going on about it. You know that is here. The Ohanes Indigbo had gone to see the president. Some Southeast leaders have gone to see the president, and I would have been wondering like who exactly or what exactly would be the basis of releasing someone, especially when a case that's already in court.
You know that Nigeria has always been about political solutions.
So are you saying that you just wake up? We all just wake up one morning and say that the case has been thrown out of court, or the Nigerian government does not have a case against you?
There's always a way.
Or
that's how Nigerians think. Like, now president, and that is what has held.
Wouldn't that apply to? By the time you do that for one person, wouldn't that apply to a lot more people?
Oh yeah, that's why people build on precedents. But in this case, he's saying, look, you know what? Let him have his day in court.
It looks like so it's official. It look like Nnamdi Kanu is getting released anytime soon. And also he had talked about loans from the Chinese government, and where he said that they cannot turn down people that want to help them build the economy. That Chinese helped them with the rail, with roads. They can see how it's going now.
I am not an economist, or I'm not an economic expert, but we seem to take pride in FDIs, foreign direct investments. So if it's a good thing to have FDI, why are we complaining about Chinese loans? Do you get what I'm saying? And the China phobia that is being is spread all around Africa. Can anybody point to any country that has borrowed money from China for infrastructure that has been taken over or seized
Or
by
run
the
over
Chinese?
by the Chinese, yeah.
What the people in Nigeria do, especially the opposition, is to whip up sentiments. China lends money to everybody, even America.
Even America, yeah.
Have they taken over the US?
It's funny
Do you
when
know
you
how
know when
much
you really search and you
Chinese-
like Nigerian debt
do you
is
know how
really
much Chinese,
tiny.
Do you know how much Chinese investments are in America? Do you get? Look, the way things are, the way I am now as an entrepreneur, if someone lends us money and the terms are favorable,
Why not?
why not take it?
Why not? It's other people's
We
money.
will take it.
Why not?
It will allow us to scale at a faster
At a
pace.
faster pace. Yes, exactly.
So instead of crawling in some places, I don't have a problem with it. One of the reasons why I'm not worried about the Chinese loans, we're not blind, we're not babies. We have seen the deployment of those loans for what they were borrowed
according
for.
to him, he said that if we had turned down the loan, maybe you'll be walking from Ibadan to Lagos.
Yeah. I get it. He likes. He tries to be funny at times. He's a bad guy. He tries to be like, maybe you. I get it. But the truth is, we had old rail tracks that were comatose. They are back on stream. Even if the funding didn't come from the Chinese, the new tracks, the standard gauge tracks that are being built, are from the Chinese funds, and they are functional. Do you know what it means when for 2 weeks people look? Just picture one thing. Picture it. I know it would have been hard for some people, and I've seen people who were happy. You wake up early, and you hit the Agege train station or the Yaba train station, and you get in. You get the ticket. You get in free. Then you get to Ibadan. You go home and spend like a week with your loved ones.
Get back
to Lagos free. Do you know what it means? Please tell me. Do you know what that means? That's huge.
Yeah.
I remember how, I think it was, there was a time when Lagos would allow some buses take people out of Lagos for free.
Yeah.
Then Osun State did it too and all that. So what it basically means is that during celebratory times, during times of Yuletide or Salah or whatever, we're still going to have these kind of things. Look, these are perks of, being a Nigerian.
Being a Nigerian.
And even at that, put your eyes on monitoring what has come in from the sales of tickets on these things. For me, I don't have a problem with getting money from China.
With it. So, and now he also talked about the Electoral Amendment Act. And he's still on about the fact that there should actually be options when it comes to direct primaries.
It's good that there should be options, but there was one question that they were asking him that he didn't respond to.
Okay, what?
And they were asking him that after trying to be president for 4 times or so, or 3 times, you finally got it at that primaries, which is the type of primaries that they are trying to enforce now. You get? No, he said no, that he had to do with all the parties that came together to help him take power from PDP. But we're not talking about how APC took over power from the PDP. We're talking about the type of primaries.
It was direct primaries and all.
Direct primaries. Because if it wasn't direct primaries,
he probably
we know that there are manipulations that happen.
I agree.
Behind the
The
scene.
thing is that I think it was Governor El Rufai's interview where he was talking about the same thing, and it's like that every time that President Buhari came out and he won those 2 elections, he won, that he actually came through direct primaries, that he knows the president and he prefers direct primaries.
Yeah.
But he now gave
But we shouldn't force people.
But that exactly, that's it.
direct
It was like
primaries.
that. You shouldn't
But that's
force
not
them
democracy.
because he was talking about, even according to the Electoral Act and all that, there are certain requirements you have to meet before you can decide to have direct primaries. And is it every single party that can meet all those things? That's where I come from, which I think I agree with the president that according to democracy, we should be able to. The idea of democracy is giving people options. That's where it starts from, not enforcing things on people.
Now, I don't know what you want to do next, but I know that we have so many things to talk about, and we're spending a lot of time on this. There was a question that he was asked,
Yeah.
and figures were thrown at him.
Yeah.
One of the most important ones was how the dollar was less than 200 naira when he took office.
It took office, yeah.
And now the dollar officially is over 400 naira.
Yeah.
That's more than double the amount
No,
that
no.
he met it.
Yeah.
Unemployment rate was about 8-point-something%. Now it's about 30-something%. And other figures that were thrown at Mr. President. His response was to ask the person who asked him the question, that's Sheung, that he was telling him that he doesn't know where he got his figures from. Those figures were not. He won't go that far. He just said he doesn't know where he got his figures from, but that this is what they've done and all of that. I think that Mr. President needs to be more direct and more honest in that angle. I won't talk about the unemployment rate thing because I always have a problem with data that is not properly harnessed and processed. But data that we know is the dollar.
Of the dollar. And we know that it's really caused by the devaluation of the naira.
But you see, he made an electoral promise that it was going to bring it down 1-to-1 like it was in the 70s. And he hasn't.
Nah.
And he won't be able to do it.
No, it won't.
Until he leaves.
At the moment, there is a lot of devaluation that has happened in the naira.
So
that it's not happening anytime soon. It's not magic.
These are the issues. Again, you would have expected that the president would be able to say or give us the number of people that they have been able to lift out of poverty since they started that project about lifting people out of poverty. This government is living in less than 2 years. 17 or 18 months, they're out. It should have been able to tell us. To
give us like proper figures on that.
Because
even if it's a way of selling yourself, yes.
They were privy to these questions. He was privy to before the interview was conducted.
Definitely.
So they should have come with those figures.
These figures.
To say,
I agree.
okay, yeah, we haven't done this, but this is what we've done. We were projecting 10 million people, but we've only been able to do 1,000 people or 1 million
at least,
people.
But at least give us
people.
a particular.
In that area, I think these are areas where the government has failed because these things affect us directly.
I agree with you. It's sad, but it is what it is. But then I hope that we get more of these answers from today's interview. We'll see whatever happens.
I hope because again, being employees of government, some of them are wired. Even if government doesn't ask them, some of them are wired to want to,
honestly,
make their principal look good.
So maybe
you don't have to make him look bad.
But let's just be facts. Yes.
You know what the people are saying on the streets of social
just
media.
Ask and let him answer. You're not trying to make anybody.
On the streets of concrete and all the other surfaces that we have on our roads. Okay,
so there's a lot of news as Nigeria. It looks like Nigeria is introducing a lot of tax this 2022. First things first, today now they've announced that all you people Coke drinkers, the price is about to go up again, as Nigeria has officially added 10 naira on each bottle of carbonated drink.
You see, the policy when it comes to internally generated revenue is good for the government. They want more money, and they're looking for every angle to get the money.
Yeah.
So that they can reduce their external borrowing. And also achieve more when it comes to infrastructural development. My fear that I've always had as a Nigerian is that every time there's a mention. You see the 10 naira that they're talking about. It's almost nominal if you look at it. Like, okay, it's 10 naira per
bottle
or whatever. Okay, not bad, not bad. But you see, the problem is the exploitation by Nigerian businessmen.
Okay.
This thing that they are doing, they've already done it to alcoholic beverages.
And then it just
and look at what
makes
has
the
happened.
prices skyrocket. And it's not really about the
you get
10 naira.
How much of that is the government getting? Because what they're going to do is just look for ways, to play around.
Okay, take for example, I don't know why there's not that much clamp down on a lot of products when it comes, like, take for example, I was actually talking to a family member that works with a tobacco company, and the tax that they get, that there's always a major increase in tax on tobacco and all that. And the funny thing is that they are also not allowed to increase price.
They're not.
So if there's that kind of a system put in place regulation for tobacco products, why can't it also be in every other?
Yeah, you see, until we have maybe like a proper commodities board, and
because if that happens in one sector, why can't we replicate that thing in every other thing?
Take a look at my favorite drink. We used to buy that thing 7-8K a few years ago. It's 3 times that value now.
It's carbonated drinks. We know the companies that do these things, they're not as much. When
government just says they're adding 1%, you see the dealers and the marketers, they're going to add like 300%. I'm telling you.
That's what I'm saying.
It's exploitation. So at the end of the day, this is what's going to happen. The people who buy the drinks will still keep buying them. And it will be more expensive. And the companies will still get their regular pay. But you see the middlemen and the marketers in between, that's where the problem is.
That's always a major problem. And talking about taxes, Nigeria has also introduced a 6% tax on international e-commerce.
Yeah.
Basically, the likes of the Alibabas.
All of us who buy things on Alipay.
Yeah.
And on Amazon. A lot of us buy things on Amazon.
eBay.
And the rest of them.
And all that.
What it means is that government has woken up to realize that a lot of funds are being generated online. And after they've had this altercation with Twitter and after the interaction with Facebook, they found that, a lot of business is being transacted online. And of course, some of those businesses, there's no remittance. But if you've ever bought something on Amazon, you will notice that Amazon is charging a lot now because they are remitting money back to the Nigerian government.
Yeah.
So I don't know what they mean by this 6% because Amazon is already charging more.
Maybe they already started it.
It's been happening for over a year.
Because for me, my own now is that if we really look at these things, are they not... I won't say my fear, but my issue every time is because when they increase all these things, and this is the same thing that I was saying earlier, it's not on the company. The companies just automatically just transfer that cost to the end user.
I get what the Nigerian government is saying. Like, look, you're making money from us, so we must get a part of that money. We get it. But take a look at this scenario. The microphone that we're using now was bought on Amazon. So we buy a microphone, let's say $100. It's already taxed anyway.
Yeah.
But what the Nigerian government is saying now is that when you buy this microphone for $100,
there's a tax that you pay.
You're now going to also pay the Nigerian government, apart from the US where you bought your microphone from. You understand? They want to get a piece of that.
So basically, they're saying that it was all in the 2021 Finance Act, according to Section 30 of the Finance Act.
Amazon has been collecting these monies and
they're saying that
the Nigerian government is getting something
31 and 14 of VAT is in relation to VAT obligations for non-resident digital companies, and the mechanism that will be used is to restrict VAT obligations mainly to these companies.
So This is minus VAT now.
Yes.
All right.
So if you visit Amazon, we're expecting Amazon to add VAT charge to whatever transaction
Well,
you're
Amazon
paying
has
for.
already been charging those things. Anyways, man, this is well. We know how we go to buy them.
It is well. Looks like there's a lot of money that is coming from everybody's
God go to
pockets.
provide. We go to buy them.
Anyway, let's move on. Let's move on to a little bit of still talking about fines. Yeah, we're going all the way to France, where France has now officially fined Google and Facebook about $226 million for not making it easy for people to opt out of online tracking. And what online tracking is basically the cookies that pop up on your computer when you when you open things. So what they're saying is that there's a button that says that you should accept, and but for you to decline cookies, there is so much.
Yeah, it's like you find yourself on a mailing list of some website or some platform. Then you want to unsubscribe. Then you click that unsubscribe.
Then it
link.
takes you somewhere else and takes you somewhere and somewhere. And then you're tired and like, you know what, let me just.
That's what the cookies thing are like now too. Some sites who follow the European standards will actually give you the option. When you get there, they will tell you these are the cookies that you must accept, but you can say no to these cookies. Some will tell you you can say no to all cookies.
All cookies, yeah.
And still be able to use the site.
Mm-hmm.
But lately, it's not just Facebook and Google. There are a lot of websites online that you visit that once you do not accept that, you must accept before you can even proceed.
You can't use it.
You can't use the site. Some, you're already even reading a story on their site, and you've done like 3 or 4 lines, and the next thing you see is accept cookie. If you don't accept cookie, you're out. Me, I just out. I beg. Okay.
Life is really not that difficult.
Yeah,
So it looks like Google and Facebook is paying a lot of money. And talking about fines, even though we're going all the way to football, Arsenal Football Club is now said to be fined £20,000 for failing to ensure that their players conducted themselves in an orderly manner during the Premier League game with Manchester United.
Manchester City.
Manchester City. I'm sorry.
I feel this fine is unfair on the Arsenal. I feel that it's unfounded. I've watched the video over and over again. I don't know why they're fining Arsenal for this incident, especially looking at the events that led up to that red card and the reactions that surrounded it. But, well, it's their game.
And still talking about Arsenal, the Arsenal football player Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang has officially tested positive to COVID-19, even though he's in Gabon for Afcon.
Yeah, they should be en route to Cameroon.
Yeah, so he's saying that Aubameyang, his teammate Mario Lemina, and assistant coach all tested positive to COVID-19.
The problem there is how can Gabon replace Aubameyang at a time like this?
At a time like this, because at least it's going to take him another week.
I hope he gets well fast so that he can get back to doing what he loves doing.
Yeah. And still talking about people getting COVID. Pep Guardiola and Sean Dyche, that's Burnley's manager as well, they both have also tested positive to COVID-19.
Yeah.
And apparently, Manchester City has even said that about 21 players and staff are actually isolating at the moment.
You just wonder how they let this happen.
21.
But now that it has happened, I really do wish them a speedy recovery, and hope that there will be no serious issues emanating from their exposure to the coronavirus.
Okay, also talking about still talking football. Yeah, it is official now. Odion Igalo is officially going to miss the Afcon, as he has been added to the list of people that are not going to show.
Yeah, I thought they said they were getting Cyril Dessers in his place. I hope that's still very
I really
possible.
hope that's worked, because according to them now, the story is that his club, his Saudi Arabian club, did not permit him to go to Afcon.
Isn't that what we were talking about before?
And I'm wondering how clubs
Yeah.
have this power to do whatever it is that they want to do. It's a very funny thing, but Afcon is starting in a few days though.
Oh,
So
yeah.
by now, I hope that COVID does not
And update the Nigerian
stop
team.
this.
We talked about them leaving yesterday. They left at 8 p.m. yesterday, of course. They're in Garoua now in Cameroon. And today there's going to be some form of light training and everything ahead of them starting their campaign in Cameroon.
Okay, so on that note, they're moving all the way from football, even though I think Chelsea beat Tottenham yesterday, yeah?
Yeah, 2-0.
Yeah, 2-0. Yeah, there was an
2-0.
own goal. I'm like, okay, really?
You'd have
Really?
thought that Conte was going to get
Was
one
at least going to step up a little bit.
over his former club.
I didn't think it was going to be that
Chelsea
easy.
came out guns blazing from the blast of the whistle.
I didn't think
It
it was
was a
going to be
good
that
game.
easy.
Akim Ziyech and a couple of them were just, imperial. Romelu Lukaku wanted to really prove that
He's back.
He's a good guy. He's back and all of that. But in all, it was an interesting game. Interesting is the word.
Very, very.
But good result for Chelsea.
So, moving off a bit from that, there's a bit of entertainment news. A lot of people are acquiring a lot of things at the beginning of the year. First is Nigerian artist Davido. He has officially said that he now has a new house in Banana Island.
Yeah, I think he lives in Banana Island.
Yeah, it's so
Then he
he's
got a new
house in
Banana
Banana Island again.
Look, except you're a player hater, when people are making progress, you must be happy for them.
Oh yeah,
I'm happy
yeah.
for how Davido has helped his own ministry go. He's done a lot.
He is.
And I guess the backdrop of someone who single-handedly raised millions of naira for charity a few days ago. I'm happy for him. Congratulations to Davido. We go wash him as they talk, and this kind of house washing where we won't wash. Davido you need to call us, David. There are ways to make
washing
it,
to do it properly.
Yeah.
I'm talking about washing stuff. Yeah.
You want to watch something again?
Burna Boy. Burna Boy has a
Odogu.
new whip. He officially has a Lamborghini Urus worth about 250 million naira.
253.
53.
Gotcha. You're the one that likes precision. So, did you look up the car?
Yeah, so pictures of them.
Oh, yeah. What do you think about the car?
It's a whip. It's not a car.
Yeah, it's not a
It's
car. It's not a car.
It's a vehicle.
We should address it with a lot of respect.
It's a vehicle.
Look.
There's car, there's motor, there's vehicle.
And there's motor vehicle.
There's a motor vehicle. This is a vehicle.
It's
It's
a
a machine.
vehicle.
It's a machine.
Machine.
It's a machine.
Machine.
They call some things machines. It's a
look.
machine.
I'm happy for Burna Boy. I'm happy for the Nigerian music industry. I like where they are. These guys are hardworking. Regardless of what anybody is saying, you look at them, but you forget how much work they put in. Playing shows day after
Back to
day
back to
after
back to
day,
back.
traveling from one point to the other. It's a lot of work. And in between that time, you still need to write songs or buy songs. You still need to produce. You still need to get into
sing the
studio.
songs anyway.
You still need to collaborate. And you still have to live your family life and your own individual.
Yeah.
These guys, they try.
It's a lot. It's a
So,
lot.
Shout out to Davido and Burna Boy again. Look, you guys, I think they cracked the code and they're enjoying it.
They're enjoying it. Shout
Live your
out to
life,
them.
enjoy yourself. Lamborghini Urus, no be small deal, no be small thing,
It's
And
it's
just
a
like
big
we were
deal.
telling David earlier, Burna, call us.
Yeah.
Let's show you.
It's just some colorway.
There's a way to wash this guy as well.
These things,
when they made them solid, you understand?
Okay.
Colors, man. Congratulations.
Congrats to them. And
so please, which card is Shatawale by? You are supposed to say what is a Shatawale. That's the response.
You are looking for trouble, but you will not get it here. You're a very. I will just move on. And on a little, I won't call it a sad note because it's actually good news that somebody did not end up dying. And in the person of Duncan Mighty,
he was actually
Mighty involved in a car accident, but he's in the hospital. Thankfully,
he's fine. He's out.
He's
now.
actually alive. He's actually alive. And talking also about people dying.
It was en route. Before you leave the story, let me quickly give you a little bit of background. It was en route Uyo, which is a neighboring state, and there was a trailer that its brake failed and came at them, and they drove their own car into the river. He could have died, but he said a shout out to the people of that access, the Ogoni youth and other youths who actually came to rescue them and save Duncan Mighty. Now, so I did a little bit of digging. Duncan Mighty is an only child.
Wow.
Whose mother, carried him for 11 months, not 9.
Wow.
Then, after having him, didn't stop bleeding for about 18 years. Okay. She's had a lot of issues, and she's still alive. She's okay now. And that's why he doesn't have siblings. He's an only child. He's been through a lot. Remember we discussed his issue with his wife around this time?
Yeah, that was
last year or something.
Yeah, I remember.
How there was talks of her jazzing him up and all sorts of things, using juju on him. So this guy has been through a lot.
He's been through a lot.
Then I also saw how he done a lot for charity, done a lot of give backs, done a lot of blessing people, celebrating his birthday with the less privileged, and really, really empowering them. So from all of us here at BoomradioNG, please get well, Duncan Mighty.
Definitely, please.
God bless you. God guide you. God keep
you. And on a good note, I wouldn't call it a very good note. I don't know what to call it because now we don't know when our own Nigerians are going to get Grammys this year. I don't think it's a very good note, but because of COVID now, the 64th Grammys Awards ceremony is officially postponed indefinitely.
I think that it's a good decision to postpone the gala event, that's the Grammy.
Yeah.
But a few weeks from now, the organizers should be able to do an assessment and see that.
I will think.
Why can't you have a virtual Grammy?
One? It does.
The last one you had, Burna did not go physically. Now it
was it the last one or the one before
no,
that? There was one that was actually virtual.
Last year, Burna Boy performed from Lagos.
So what exactly is the issue?
So I think they should have a virtual Grammy.
I think that
so that our guys can collect their Grammys again.
Come and let us
if not for
anything,
Grammys. Their Grammys.
Not just one or two people.
Everybody
that is on
and we
list.
understand how crazy the numbers are, especially in America. Our hearts and our thoughts are with the people who have lost loved ones and who are losing loved ones.
It's
but
really. But
I think they can always look for.
They can always look for a middle ground on that. Definitely. And a very interesting one. Very interesting story today. As we're going all the way to Gombe, where Gombe State Police Command arrested a tricycle rider for staging his own kidnap in a bid to collect ransom of 500,000 naira from his sister. So the suspect reportedly planned with a friend to carry out the mission after he sold the tricycle given to him by his sister-in-law.
Imagine.
So
this guy is a greedy bee.
First, you sell property of somebody that was given to you to conduct business. You sell it off
to make money.
It's not yours. You sell it off. Then
you now want to scam them again with a fake kidnapping.
So now he was going to extort his own sister 500,000 so that he can take the money and then refund the money to his sister-in-law.
Why did he
So
sell
the
the
plan is
tricycle
to
in the first
rob
place?
Peter to play Paul. Where is the money that you used to? This person is a thief. And see, this is why I keep saying Nigerians are a very, very, very funny set of human beings.
This is not a Nigerian thing. The guy's just a criminal. It's just a thief. And we know what we say. A thief is a thief.
He's a thief. He's a thief. At the end of the day,
Finito.
do you know it's a very, very funny issue. But anyway, I see another very I don't know if I would call it hilarious.
I'm glad that he was caught though, and I hope that they make him pay.
So an 80-year-old woman that had died earlier late last year, yeah, was supposed to be buried.
Yeah.
That was she had died last year July, and she was supposed to be buried yesterday, but on getting to the mortuary in Ebonyi State, the corpse was nowhere to be found.
What did they do with the corpse?
They honestly couldn't find it.
It's not funny.
And I'm wondering, how do these things happen?
It's not funny at all.
How?
What did they do with the corpse?
Anyway, finally, before we go, we're
not ending on a gory note.
No, we're not. But the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, has secured a total of 2,220 convictions across the country in the year 2021. They're saying that is the highest that they've ever had, and the highest state is the highest convictions they had was the Lagos State Command with 481, followed by the Ibadan Command with 324 convictions.
You know how people are always saying, "Oh, how many cases have they prosecuted successfully?" This is a direct response to that.
Well, that's a lot.
What have they done successfully?
That's
still not enough in my own
not
books.
enough.
I think they can do more. But kudos to them. Well done, EFCC. Keep doing what you're doing.
Time to start
and let there be no sacred cows or anything as you carry out.
That's the point where
mission.
I'm getting to. Like, we're just not, these convictions are not just the really small regular people, and the people that are really stealing all the billions are just going to get like
a pat on the back.
A pat on the back. Exactly my point. That's where it is. So on that note, that is all we have to take today on the Boom Bar. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Thank you for the comment, actually. Adewale Adedeji on Facebook says, "Good job, bro." Thank you very, very, very much. We'll be back again tomorrow with another wonderful edition of The Bar. But today, if you're just joining us or you joined us late, you could actually catch a repeat of this at 7 p.m. West African time. But you could also watch this video right now on YouTube. It's BoomradioNG on YouTube. But from us to you, today is peace.